Multiplying by two-digit numbers. Now when we multiply any number times a two-digit number, what we're essentially doing is breaking this two-digit number into two separate numbers and then adding the products together. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First, if we have 37 times 25, the first thing we're going to do is multiply 37 times 5. So we'll have 37 times 5, and that's the first thing that we're going to do. And then our second step would be to take 37 times this this other number, which is a 2, but if you look at that, that's not just a 2. The 2 is actually in the tens place, so that's actually 20. So we will be multiplying 37 times 20 in the second step of our problem. Now when we get our two answers, our two products, what we will do is we will add those together, and when we add those together, that will give us the answer to this two-digit multiplication problem. Okay, now here's how we would work that. 37 times 5, first of all. If you're actually working this on your page, what you would need to do is you could even cover up that 2 with your finger. That might help you to kind of pay no attention to that 2 right now. We're just paying attention to the 5 right now. 5 times 7 is 35. And I'm going to regroup and bring my 3 to the top. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3 more is 18. Okay, so if you see what we've done so far is multiplied 37 times 5, and our product was 185. I'm just going to stick this over here to the side, just so you'll know what we've finished so far. Now, the next thing we will do is multiply 37 times 20. We're finished with this 3 that's on top of the 3. What I like to do is I like to mark it out so that it doesn't confuse us when we multiply again. You can mark it out or erase it or whatever you prefer to do, but I would get rid of it somehow so that it doesn't confuse you on the next step. I'm actually going to switch colors of markers too, so that that helps on this step also. Alright, we're multiplying 37 times 20. Now we know when we multiply a number by 20, there's going to be a 0 at the end of it, right? We did that when we estimated, and we did that when we multiplied by multiples of 10, 100, and 1,000. So we know there's going to be a 0 on the end. So on this second step, we're always multiplying by a multiple of 10, so we will start with a 0 at the end. Now we're just going to multiply 37 times 2, since we already put our 0 here. 2 times 7 is 14. Bring your 1 to the top. Now this is where that 3 could have confused you if you didn't mark it out or if you didn't erase it. We will not need that 3 for this step. So we just need the 1 up at the top. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. So what I have is 37 times 2, actually that's 37 times 20, is 740. So 740. Now what we're going to do is to add these two products together so that we can get the grand total for the entire multiplication problem. 5 plus 0, I'm going to switch colors again so that it doesn't confuse us. 5 times 0 is 5. 8 plus 4 is 12. Bring my 1 to the top. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 7 more is 9. So our total for the problem is 925. Same thing here, if I would have added those. $925. Let's try some more together. Okay, 58 times 34. Now if you remember, we're going to try to just ignore this 3 for right now, and we're only multiplying 58 times 4 right now. 8 times 4 is 32. Bring my 3 to the top. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 3 more is 23. Okay, I have finished multiplying by the 4. I'm going to mark out the 3. You can erase it or whatever you prefer to do. Just get rid of it somehow so it doesn't confuse you in the next step. Some people even prefer to mark out the 4 here. That's up to you if you want to do that or not. The 4 doesn't bother me, but if you like to, that's fine. You can do that also. Now on my second step, I'm multiplying 58 times 3, but that's not really a 3, that's a 30 because it's in the tens place. So I'm going to start by putting a 0 here in my ones place, and now I'm going to multiply the 58 times the 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Carry my 2. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 more, 17. Okay, after you figure out what 58 times 4 is and what 58 times 30 is, you will add those two products together. 2 plus 0 is 2. Now it's very easy to forget and accidentally multiply right here. If you thought that 2 plus 0 was 0, then you were multiplying instead of adding. You have to be careful and watch what you're doing right here, because on this step you're adding. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. Nothing plus 1 is 1. So my answer is 1,972. Let's try another problem together. 26 times 42. Okay, I'm going to forget about this 4 for a minute and multiply 26 times 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Bring my 1 to the top. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. I'm finished with my 1. I'm going to get rid of it. If you prefer to mark out the 2, you can do that also. Next step, 26 times 4, but it's not really a 4, it's 40. So 26 times 40, I'm going to start by putting a 0 in my ones place. And then now I'm going to multiply 26 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Bring my 2 to the top. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. And the last step in this problem is to add. 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 plus 4 is 9. We have a 0 and a 1. And put my comma there. 1,092. Let's try 2 more together. 72 times 25. Ignore your 2 for a minute and multiply 72 times 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Bring my 1 to the top. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 1 more is 36. I'm finished with this step, so I'm going to get rid of my 1. If you want to get rid of your 5, you can. Next step, 72 times 2, but that's really a 20, so I will start with a 0 in my 1 spot. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 7 is 14. And the last step in this problem is to add. 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 4 is 10. Bring my 1 to the top. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 4 more is 8. And then I have a 1. 1,800. Okay, last problem. 91 times 36. Ignore your 3 and multiply 91 times 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 9 is 54. Okay, I didn't even carry anything on this problem or regroup, so I don't have to worry about marking anything out on top. Next step. 91 times 3, but it's really a 30 instead of a 3, so I'm going to start with a 0. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 9 is 27. The last step in this problem is to add. 6 plus 0 is 6. 4 plus 3 is 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. My 1 to the top. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3,276. Okay, I would like for you to take a minute and pause the video and try these 4 problems on your own.